Hello, I'm Jeffrey Burtis of the Stadium Junkies Media, and the wild card weekend of the NFL. Just GG. First of all, congratulations to all the teams that made it to the playoffs. This wild card weekend was very, very interesting. I'm almost getting a heart attack. With this weekend. Let's get things started. With the first game of the wild card weekend, and that was the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tennessee Titans. This game, I picked the Kansas City Chiefs to win this game because of their offensive firepower. They had Kareem Hunt, Travis Kelce, and Tyreek Hill, and Alex Smith at quarterback with Coach Andy Reid and the coaching on the sidelines. But what I didn't take into account is the lack of the Chiefs playoff, or should I say the Chiefs playoff woes and the playoffs at home. I didn't take into account the fact that they lost 5 straight at home. The beginning of this game, it was all Kansas City dominant. They were completing passes. Kareem Hunt was doing well. Travis Kelce, they literally had no answer for the Titans had no answer for the Tennessee Titans whatsoever for Travis Kelce in the beginning of the game. But it came up all the way like a 17, I think 19. It was a 19-point lead. And then something happened. At halftime. It's not like the Chiefs are consistently holding scores. It's not like they couldn't possibly choke this game out. It's the Chiefs. They had Kareem Hunt, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and Alex Smith at the court. And then I was just like, at halftime, I thought the whole game was over. And just speaking
Indeed.
Oh, I thought I was going solo, but he's like, now, get me in this.
Let me end this because guess what? I watched every game as well.
Same
that game, first half, I agree with you completely.
First half,
Kansas City controlled the game.
And they had no answer. Travis Kelce was just going completely off.
Not just Travis Kelce, it was also the fact they were able to make plays downfield with Kareem Hunt and Tyreek Hill during the first half.
And the Titans, they couldn't get any offensive going. They had no DeMarco Murray, and Derrick Henry wasn't able to do anything at the beginning of the first half.
Exactly.
Then halftime happened, and then just role reversal. Some people are saying Travis Kelce. It was in the third quarter, right? Third or second quarter, right?
It was like the third. It was like either the third or like it was the third quarter where he got hit so hard. Oh, yeah, it was nasty.
So hit so hard,
it was nasty,
and it took him out of the game with a concussion. And that was Alex Smith's big security blanket because they literally had no answer. I thought Tyreek Hill was going to go off because I didn't think the Titans secondary was going to clamp down. But it's just like Alex Smith couldn't make plays, and then suddenly we're like, look out.
Exactly.
And the turning point of that game was, in my opinion, Marcus Mariota, shotgun pass at the goal line, tries to go for a pass, gets deflected right back into his hands, touchdown. And by rule, he was in shotgun. So he was an eligible receiver if the ball was batted down.
And I think that's the second time in NFL history and the first time in NFL playoff history that type of play has ever happened.
I mean, you don't expect a touchdown pass to yourself. You never expect that to happen.
And it's funny because the guy who was calling the game, John Gruden, was there when Brad Johnson got the ball tipped to himself.
And will you agree that turned the Titans' the momentum all in the Titans?
It gave the Titans complete and utter mojo.
And then the Chiefs turned out to be the Chiefs that we thought of the whole full season. Not a word. They just choke. This was just a straight up choke.
Exactly. See, we guys, right now we have to make adjustments on the fly, even with equipment.
I mean, I make it work. So, yeah, but thank you. In the end of the day, Titans pull off the 19-point comeback. That's almost as bad as 25 points. That's just as bad. And the fact that they blew it, really, I mean, coaching, I mean, you go 5 straight, I mean, they've lost 6 straight playoff games at home where you should have home field advantage.
Exactly the point.
Andy Reid, he's a good regular season coach, but in the playoffs, he just doesn't cut it. There's going to be a lot of questions.
There's going to be a lot of questions, and I don't think Alex Smith is going to be there next season.
They are opening to get rid of him.
Well, there's opening up conversation. Say what you're going to say?
Do you hit the reset button on the Chiefs?
I do. Well, maybe not on Reed, but on everything else. I wouldn't hit the reset button.
Coaches, quarterbacks. I mean, something's got to give.
My thing is, Reed usually has somebody who also has a cannon for an arm, is able to throw the ball way down the field. That's not Alex Smith. That's never been Alex Smith in his career.
He's more like that short pass. He's that short passer. He's like that short pass, medium-sized pass, and just dumps it. Just chuck and duck.
He's a safety guy. He throws the ball safely to the short pass. Everything.
Now let's move on.
You got a guy there who's ready to take over, in my opinion.
Now let's move on to the second game of the Saturday night. It was the Atlanta Falcons versus the LA Rams. You called it. I did call it. You all thought shootout. You thought shootout though.
I didn't expect a blowout. Well, not necessarily a blowout, just like a whooping.
I mean, I think the Falcons and their defense, the last 2 games, they've really stepped up. They've really
looked good, and Mohamed Sanu looked good in this game.
I mean, and then the Rams just couldn't get any mojo going. I was just like, wow, what's going on here? I couldn't. I mean, one of the most high prolific offenses in the league just got absolutely shut down by Atlanta Falcons team. And that's where he goes back to playoff experience. Playoff experience. That's what I was about to get to.
And exactly. To me, it's exactly that. It comes to experience versus inexperience. The fact that nobody on the LA team had playoff experience.
The nerds
must like a mind-blowing statistic.
Well, that team is going to be good for a while. So maybe this wasn't
going to be just learning. Yeah, this is going to be a learning experience for them, no doubt.
Yes, I mean, it just fits up on the defense. The offense is fine, and maybe give maybe just one additional weapon on the receiving end, and then they could be a big threat.
Yeah, because I don't think Sammy Watkins was it. Even when they traded for him, I don't think that was the guy for that offense.
No, nowhere near. So bottom line, in an upset, the Atlanta Falcons will now face a very vulnerable Philadelphia Eagles. That game will be on Saturday.
Think about if Atlanta wins that game. They're one step closer to going back to the Super Bowl.
Getting revenge, maybe? When we thought they were...
Maybe.
But now let's move on to the Sunday games. The Sunday games, the ones that just happened. Is there really much... I'm saving that one. I'm saving that one.
Oh, I know you are, but we need to talk about the first one anyways.
Yes, the Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Man, this was a snooze fest for me.
I watched it. Actually, this was very entertaining to me because defensive showcase to me.
It was pure defense. Only one touchdown that whole game.
And I loved it. I loved watching every minute of it. The first half was 0, like, what is it, 3-0 into the first half?
Yes.
That's a beautiful, beautiful statistic to me. Just pure defense.
Blake Bortles didn't cost them the game, but he did what he needed to do to not mess up the game and let the defense take over. The Buffalo Bills, on the other hand, they had LaShawn McCoy. He had LaShawn McCoy numbers, but they just – if you take out LaShawn McCoy, what do they have? You trust Tyrod Taylor to make a big play?
Yeah, surprisingly in this game I did, and he was making big plays. But here's the thing: right at the end of the game, he got hit. He got hit in the head. He got knocked out. And so they had to put Peterman in the game, which
Mr. Five interception. Even then, I did not see Buffalo making the game time touchdown. The game time touchdown and extra point. I didn't see it because that Jacksonville defense, if you're gonna beat them, you gotta beat them by running the ball. You're not beating them passing the ball.
And they were running the football pretty well today. But at the same time, they were shutting down every
other corner. Jalen Ramsey, beautiful interception by the way to seal the game. But
AJ Boye, which is just a pure defense on the other side.
Welcome to Satsonville.
Exactly. It's just the fact that their interior line isn't great, but everything else is.
Just secondary. Let's admit it. I'll say this. I bet the Patriots or the Steelers do not want to play Jacksonville.
Okay, let me bring something up.
Go ahead.
The last time Jacksonville was in the playoffs, who did they knock out?
Did they knock out the Steelers?
They knocked out the Steelers.
The last time the Jacksonville played the Steelers last season, Big Ben had a career worst 5 interceptions. If the Steelers
I just don't see Pittsburgh winning this game. To be honest
with you. If they're gonna win it, Le'Veon Bell needs to have a monster game.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to have an absolute monster game, take some pressure off of Big Ben. If they shut down Le'Veon Bell and make it where Big Ben has to throw the ball, it's that secondary. Good luck. But so bottom line, congratulations. Buffalo, you made it to the playoffs. Jacksonville, you got your first playoff win in a decade. But they win 10-3. Now, hold on 1 second.
Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all did not,
you see this?
Jesus. Oh, okay.
You see that? See that?
Well, let me be frank real quick.
They're gonna beat them Saints. Don't
everybody.
Don't ever.
No, hold on. First off, no, wait. I'm gonna defend him real quick because you knew he was borderline with this pick. He was super borderline with this pick. So you can't get on his grill for that because No. Don't get on his grill for that because flip a coin type of deal with him. That's how he felt. To me and you, we've seen the Saints play all season. At home, they're a whole different beast. This was a great game. Like I texted you.
Like I told you, best game of the weekend.
Like it was an actual back and forth shootout with defensive prowess in the middle of it.
In the first quarter, I was like, I will say, Panthers, you did a darn good job at stopping Kamara and Ingram. They're like the best running defense in the league, and they finally showed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they finally showed up. But did they take into account Drew Brees and that accuracy? No, I mean, it was
two running backs in the background who had 1,500 yards apiece.
They didn't do anything. But the Panthers, they had so many missed opportunities. I mean, they were driving the ball multiple times and continuing to get field goals left and right. And the first one, that when Cam Newton was throwing that pass on the end zone and the receiver dropped it, that was huge. And then Graham Gano, arguably one of the best kickers in the league, missing a chip shot. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Well, personally, I don't feel like he's that great of a kicker. He's just had a great season this year.
He was consistent. He was good this season.
Yeah, he was great this season. Last season, he had missed 8 field goals last year. This year, he had only missed 1. And that little chip shot. But he did redeem himself right at halftime by hitting a 58-yard field goal.
But it was the same.
Oh, my God.
Before going to the halftime, the Saints were being stale. They were being stagnant until Ted Ginn Jr. with Drew Brees throwing it to Ted Ginn Jr. for that 80-yard bomb. That completely opened the doors for the New Orleans Saints, getting their big play, and now getting all the momentum coming back there.
And the thing that Ted Ginn was a Carolina Panther.
He didn't want to leave. He really didn't want to leave, but New Orleans made the offer.
And they gave him a great offer, a great opportunity.
Yep.
And he's been a key part to your offense this year. If you need to get that ball downfield, you got a vertical threat. And then Michael Thomas
on the other side.
Jesus Christ with some of the catches he was making today.
I was like Michael Thomas.
And you can't argue with the catches because he's tucking the ball.
He's tugging the ball. I mean, I was like, Michael Thomas. In his 2 years in the NFL, he has the most catches. In 2 year span, he's had the most catches ever.
Exactly. He's a beast.
Thank you. But, I mean, and the thing is, it really showed. The New Orleans defense literally had no answer for Greg Olsen. Greg Olsen was just going completely off. It was just like, what are you pairing?
And don't forget that little burst and then don't forget about that little burst that McCaffrey had.
Oh, that one little
juking out the whole defense and then ran away from the defense.
That's fine. I mean, that's fine. That's what Carolina's been missing all season. Big plays. That's what separates New Orleans from Carolina. New Orleans has players all on the offensive side that can make big plays. In Carolina, it's either Cam Newton, Greg Olsen, maybe on a Carolina Christian McCaffrey. Because
that's what Christian does best, though. That's what he does best.
Because the Saints defense did a fantastic job minimizing the running opportunities. It was just Greg Olsen going off. Now going into halftime, that was beautifully executed by Carolina to get some momentum back before going to halftime with that beautiful 57. It was a 58-yard. Yeah, it was a 58-yard field goal.
Longest in Panthers team history.
It was a big, but going field goals against New Orleans at home, you need touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely need touchdowns on this one. Are you looking something up?
I am. I'm just looking up statistics.
All right, go.
Because this was like the biggest game of the weekend.
I told you.
Like everybody had high hopes for this game. Now you guys are going to, which we all know that crowd up there is just as loud as you guys. Let's be real. And then the stadium that they built for the stadium they built for that team keeps the noise in hardcore.
You cut out.
Oh, the stadium. The stadium itself was built to keep the noise in. The stadium vibrates for crying out loud.
A rematch of the very first game of the season, and look at what happened. That was a long time ago.
Look at what's about this game.
But I have a question for you. Did you like the going it? It was like back and forth, and then the Saints went three straight possessions, 3 touchdowns in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had no answer, and then Carolina getting field goals. But then they finally broke up with, I think it was Greg Olsen. It was Greg Olsen, right? They got the touchdown. It was Greg Olsen and Christian McCaffrey. And then it was just, Greg Olsen, Christian McCaffrey are the only two of the touchdowns. But that hit that knocked out Cam Newton for that one play, I think it was clean. People might argue that it was a helmet to helmet, but he was going to try and sack the quarterback. I do not think. Do you think that was a helmet to helmet hit?
It's questionable.
I mean, it's questionable, but he's on one knee though. He's stumbling. He's stumbling trying to get out.
If he's on a knee, then he's a little bit defenseless.
But no, he was trying to shake off one of the other defenders. He slipped, and then he tried getting back up, and then right in front of him, bam.
Well, what he shouldn't have hit him in the head.
I don't think he was trying to.
Should have did was he would try to go lower. You still got to try to aim what you're doing.
I think if anything, it was helmet to like right here. Like he was trying to aim right. He was trying to aim right here. What you look about when the highlights go on YouTube in like about 5 minutes.
I just saw it a minute ago, and there is some people that you could see.
I
don't have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem with the hit. Some people I know Carolina Panther fans are going to be so mad about this. I'm like, what do you want? What do you want him to do?
I think Panther fans are going to be way more mad about the lack of execution from the offensive line in the last play.
It's missed opportunities. There you go. Back to missed opportunities. Because the Carolina defense did its job. But I'm going to say this right now as a Saint fan. I was 100% okay with Drew Brees going for it at 4th and 2. I'm completely okay with that. I was like, you know what? Go for it. Go for it. 4th and 2. I was like, at the 50, I'll take my chances. Drew Brees, okay, and they got a pick, but that turned out to be a blessing in disguise because that cost them 16 yards in field position.
Mm-hmm.
And man, my heart was pounding. Just like, oh God, oh God, oh my God. If anything about this team, they'll give me a heart attack. But
they always do.
The last 2 plays. Do you think that was intentional grounding?
Yes.
Now that was
my whole thing. The lineman. Mm-hmm. He never caught past the other lineman. So it was absolutely intentional grounding. If he would have got outside the pocket, then it wouldn't have. But that was intentional grounding 100%.
I was like, intentional grounding, call it, please.
And they did. They did.
And then it was like at first.
Even watching it, like Troy Aikman saw it a mile away.
I was just like, you had to make the calls, but also good job on both ends. Side note, good job on both teams. Not a single false start. That's discipline.
Wow.
I didn't hear a single false start.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a single false start. It was mainly holding, pass interference. Sometimes a pass interference, you got to do what you got to do.
Compare that to the game earlier in the day. There was penalties all over the place.
But hey, it was a penalty fest. That shows about discipline. And then
because to me, both teams are young for that game. But continue.
The Carolina New Orleans game. Who would have thought the defense would make it was fourth down. They had no choice but to go for it. And then the offensive line of the Carolina Panthers just couldn't protect Cam Newton. And then I think it was Cam Jordan to come up with the clutch sack. I think it was the defensive.
I think it was.
Cam Jordan making the sack. I was just like, yes. You can see I'm already losing my voice.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Sack.
I wonder how your mom felt.
She knew. She understood. She understood I was yelling for this game. So, GG wildcard weekend, and then there were 8.
And we will preview that later on in the week.
And then there were 8.
Oh, you know what? While we're here, tomorrow night is the BCS. Well, not BCS. College Football National Championship. You know what I'm talking about.
The
college football national championship,
yeah.
Or the Ultra SEC Championship game.
Ultra combo, Killer Instinct, Ultra Instinct.
No, it's like Ultra Moon, Ultra Sun. Hey,
yes. Hey. But so we have the SEC battle of the SEC teams. Great.
Georgia and Alabama.
Roll with the tide.
You know what? I despise Bama. We haven't covered college football all year. One time. We need to put a little bit of effort next year into some college football.
New Year's resolution, more college football. So be it.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to give it to Georgia. Just going to ride with Bill Goldberg on this one.
I'm rolling with the tide. You roll.
I don't. Saban sucks.
Roll with the tide.
Nope, can't do it. I can't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Tony, you have managerial powers, so you can do a GG on the championship if you want.
Oh, I realize that, but I probably will be watching it. That's true.
There you go.
Let me just be real quick. The NFL this season has been good. Now the playoffs are rolling.
Best game.
We're getting exciting games. From start to finish. This next week better live up to expectations.
Good. I mean, oh my God, this week was outside that one game.
Good.
Game of the week is still North Carolina. No ifs, ands, or buts.
And second, it has to be the Titans.
And Titans, Kansas City. Worst game,
absolutely.
I think. The worst game. What would you say would be the worst?
Worst game would probably have to go to. I'm gonna have to give it to Los Angeles and Atlanta.
Yeah.
To me, watching the game personally, it felt awkward watching the game because it felt like you were watching the game from a college football stadium.
Jeez. Oh, and also I'm making a note. Atlanta's a favorite in that game matchup against Philly.
Well, that's not a good thing.
Atlanta's the favorite. Yeah, I think it was like 6 points.
That's not great.
And now, I'm going to say Minnesota's going to be a clear favorite in that one. If this is how the season ends, so be it. But this season has been magical.
What if it? Well, don't jinx yourself now. Don't jinx yourself.
The Saints are a different team on the road than they are at home.
Indeed.
That's what's good. But now, let's face it. Tennessee versus New England. Oh, God.
We'll talk about that on Thursday or Friday.
Sounds good. This is the GG wildcard weekend instant reaction, which everybody's being solo, and then Tony decided to jump in saying, "Get me in there now."
And you ain't gonna talk about the weekend that I've been sitting here watching every game, and you ain't gonna not have me involved.
Tony, if you feel like doing a GG on the BCS,
if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't.
All right, then. This is the Stadium Junkies Media signing out.